How's going on, everybody? It's me, the one that loves cartoons, and in today's video, well, I'm gonna be talking about a cartoon. So Cole and Ninjago went through two love interests, Nia and Vania, and I wanna talk about which one is better for Cole. Okay, we get to see Cole develop some feelings for these two in the show. So which one is better for Cole, Nia or Vania? Let's find out. So Cole and Nia were introduced in the show way back in the pilot, a 44-minute TV special, and they had no affection for one another. Jay and Nia had a thing going on in the original run of Ninjago, which is pilot season 1 and season 2. There was a thing between Jay and Nia, and we get to see their relation grew over each installment. Then season 3 happened. Ninjago got resurrected after what was supposed to be the ending of the show. So Jay and Nia were still a couple in the first episode, but Nia used a machine in a Borg tower and it told her that Cole is her perfect match. She was expecting Jay, but she got Cole instead. There was no explanation why Cole was the one and not Jay. Like, they never addressed that. Like, they never said that the machine was broken. The fact that Nia fall in love with Cole because of the machine thing is very silly. So Nia started questioning herself after that, and she started developing feelings for Cole. She was confused. I like the part when Misako knew what Nia is going through, with Nia not knowing which one to choose between Jay and Cole, because Misako had the same experience with Wu and the Garmadon. Like, she told her, two boys, one heart, so I kinda like that. I would have loved if they focused on Misako and Nia's dynamic a little bit more, since they both went through the same thing. But no, they didn't do that, but I still like it. I still like that scene nonetheless. So Nia made up her mind. Cole noticed her when they were on the train. Nia started panicking and she finally went and talked to Cole, and she confessed her love to him, telling him that he doesn't get much attention like the other ninjas and that he's a nice guy. And they started holding hands. That's how Cole and Nia became a thing. Now, I'm gonna give some of my thoughts here, okay? Nia falling in love with Cole is kinda silly, okay? A love machine told her that Cole is her perfect match. Nia started developing feelings for Cole. It's kinda silly, but for Cole to fall in love with Nia, it actually felt natural. Like, to me, in my opinion, Cole falling in love with Nia actually makes sense. The guy was always unnoticed, okay? Not just in the Ninjago universe, but also for us, the fans. Okay, in the original run of Ninjago, Cole was the only ninja that never had much going on. He only had one solo episode for himself, which is the Royal Blacksmith episode, aka his true potential episode. The other ninjas, however, had a lot of stuff going on. Kai had the whole pilot TV special, the Green Ninja episode, and Wrong Place, Wrong Time episode. He had those episodes all to himself. It was the focus of those episodes and the pilot special, and had a lot of moments going on and that original run of Ninjago. Jay had the snake bit episode and Once Bitten Twice Shy, and some moments between here and there. Zane had Home, Snake King, his vision in Never Trust a Snake, TikTok, The Last Voyage, and Lloyd was the main focus of season 2. So Cole was basically the only ninja that didn't have much focus beside episode 9 of season 1. So I like the fact that Nia brought that up. She was kind of breaking the fourth wall if you think about it. Cole was always unnoticed in the eyes of many, so to have Nia notice him, tell him that he doesn't deserve this, and her having feelings for him, it made Cole feel something, okay? It made him feel like he exists. Nia, he just loves that she noticed him, so Cole started having affection for Nia. So yeah, in my opinion, Cole falling in love with Nia, it actually makes sense. I know a lot of you are not gonna agree with that. That's totally fine, but it makes sense, in my opinion, why Cole started loving Nia. It made him feel like he exists. She noticed him, and she fell in love with him, and Cole loved her back. So it does make sense why Cole started having feelings for Nia in that scene. Nia falling in love with Cole, yeah, it doesn't make much sense, but for Cole to fall in love with Nia, it makes a lot of sense in my opinion. Now look, the Cole and Nia thing had a good start. Yes, the love machine thing was stupid, but Nia confessing her love to Cole and Cole falling in love with her, it was definitely an intriguing start, because you want to see where it's gonna go. But again, the beginning was very intriguing. You want to see Nia and Cole's relation moving forward. But well, while the beginning is good, oh boy, the rest is very disappointing, because the only romantic moment between Cole and Nia was the confession scene, where they started falling in love with each other, and that's it. Because in the next episode, it's Jay finding out the truth. And you basically see Cole and Jay fighting over Nia, and Nia not knowing which one to choose. Okay, the love triangle could have really worked in my opinion. They just should have gave Cole and Nia more moments, because we only got one scene. So the way they created this love triangle is that they established Jay and Nia as a couple very well during the original run of Ninjago, pilot season 1 and season 2. So they wanted to create a love triangle with Jay and Cole and Nia. So they gave Cole and Nia one moment just to establish them as a couple, just so they could begin this love triangle. They rushed into a lot of stuff, and I mean a lot. They did all of that just so we could see this fight between Cole and Jay. It's kind of like Spider-Man 1 and 2, setting up Harry to be the bad guy for the third movie, since Spider-Man 2 ended with teasing us Peter versus Harry, only to have them fight in the third movie for like 5 minutes, and then Harry got amnesia, so they could focus on other stuff. That's how it felt with the Cole, Jay, Nia love triangle. They established Jay and Nia's relation, but they wanted to start this love triangle as soon as possible, so they set up the Cole and Nia ship in the first episode of season 3, only to just give them one small scene between the two in episode 28, so they could start this love triangle. Like, you're never gonna see any romantic moment between Nia and Cole after the confession scene in episode 28, because their purpose, the Cole and the Nia thing, their purpose was just to divide Jay and Cole. That's it. That's the love triangle, okay? It just felt lackluster to me. The love triangle was very lackluster to me, because Jay had a lot of moments with Nia, but Cole and Nia had one small scene, so we just don't feel something, okay? Why do you think a lot of fans were rooting for Jay and Nia? Because they had a lot of moments together. Cole and Nia barely had any screen time together. So of course you have the majority of people rooting for Jay to get Nia. And well, that's what happened. It wasn't even a competition. So yeah, basically the Cole Nia thing was just to set up Cole and Jay fighting over Nia in season 3. Because yeah, Cole and Nia didn't have much screen time. So when you see Cole and Jay fight over Nia and Nia trying to choose, it's just a lot of bad stuff, okay? It doesn't have a good impact. You feel nothing. I feel like Cole and Nia had stuff going on between episode 28 and 29, because in the Shadow of Ronin video game, Cole said that he went on a date with Nia, even though Cole and Nia never dated in the actual show. So I feel like it was an off-screen thing, at least between episode 28 and 29. But yeah, it was off-screen, so I'm not gonna feel anything. I'm not gonna care. So Cole and Jay kept fighting over Nia in season 3, like going on double dates, and Nia still not knowing her perfect match. And surprisingly, season 3 actually ended with Nia kinda picking Cole over Jay. You see, after Zayn died, everyone was crying and all of that, and Nia hugged Cole, okay? And Jay was just looking at them and he was very sad, because like he was jealous. That's cool, right? The love triangle is over. Nia is with Cole now, right? Well, no, because in season 4, Cole and Nia never brought that up. So yeah, she kinda picked Cole at the end of Rebooted, but they forgot about it in Interim Developments, because we still got Cole and Jay arguing in the first couple episodes, and Cole and Nia weren't even together. Cole and Nia had another scene in season 5, like when Cole was a ghost and he was very sad, and Nia wants to comfort him, but I'm not gonna count it, because that moment was after Jay and Cole made up in season 4, they became best friends, and they stopped fighting over Nia. They started viewing her as a friend. So that moment in season 5 between Ghost, Cole, and Nia doesn't really count. Because again, it was just a friendly scene between the two, not a romantic scene. Because again, after season 4, like they started viewing her as a friend. Like Jay started viewing Nia as a friend until season 6, where Jay and Nia got together. So yeah, Cole and Nia, it could have definitely worked. It had an intriguing start with the confession scene and Cole feeling like he doesn't matter. But then Nia went and then she told him that he matters. And that's what made Cole love Nia. But after that confession scene, we got Cole versus Jay, okay, trying to get Nia. And Nia just doesn't know who to pick. Her relation with Cole had one scene, so yeah. All we know is that Cole kept loving Nia after episode 28 until he moved on from her in episode 37 Versus. Actually, there was that scene where Cole and Jay were expecting a hug from Nia later on in the season. So Cole finally moved on from Nia after Nia went to hug Zayn, okay? instead of hugging him. With Nia, however, it's not that clear when she stopped loving Cole. We don't know. She had a crush on him in episode 27, and then she confessed in episode 28. She hugged him at the end of episode 34, the Titanium Ninja, and that's it. Until she loved Jay again in Sky. So yeah, the Cole and Nia thing, intriguing beginning, but the rest is just very, very disappointing. That's why the love triangle didn't work. We jump into Cole and Vania. Now, Cole and Vania in Master of the Mountain, it's not a very clear ship, okay? Like, we don't really know if they love each other or not. It has the same situation as Lloyd and Akira in the Ice chapter, where you don't know if these two should be shipped together or not. Cole and Vania's first interaction was in the second episode of Master of the Mountain, where they started looking at each other and smiling, kinda like Kai and Skylar's first interaction and the Lloyd and Harumi's first interaction. And it feels like Vania has feelings for Cole, but as for Cole, it's not that clear in the show, whether he views her as a friend or as his love interest. Again, no clear answer, it's up to the viewers. But for Vania, it really feels like she is into Cole, because when they met, she started talking with Cole, asking him about his powers, thinking that Cole is the leader, stuff like that. She never talked to the other ninjas during that scene. She was just focused on Cole. So yeah, Cole and Vania, again, it's not a very clear ship, because it feels like Vania loves Cole, but Cole only sees her as a friend. Maybe he started developing feelings for her during the season. We don't know. You also have their last interaction at the end of the season. But again, it feels like there is something between the two. I mean, in Seabound, out of all the ninjas, Cole was the one who went to Shintaro. So yeah, again, stuff like that kinda makes you wonder if these two should be shipped or not. Not very clear. You can interpret Cole and Vania how you want. For me, I see it as Vania being in love with Cole, and Cole only seeing her as a friend, or potentially starting to develop feelings for her during the season. You see, the good thing between Cole and Vania is that now that they were established in Master of the Mountain, they have a lot of room to grow. And then we could have a clear answer to their relation. I just hope they wouldn't be forgotten like Kai and Skylar, okay? Kai and Skylar were very sidelined as a ship, so I hope Cole and Vania won't go through that. So yeah, again, Cole and Vania, it's not a very clear ship, but you can see that they really like each other, okay? Like, especially Vania. I think Vania does have a crush on Cole. I think that was the writer's intention. And I think that could be same for Cole, because really, his first interaction with Vania and his last interaction with Vania in Master of the Mountain is very different. It looks like Cole developed feelings for Vania, especially during that final scene between the two in Master of the Mountain. So if I have to pick which one is better for Cole, I would go with Vania, because we got a lot of interaction between the two in Master of the Mountain, unlike Cole and Nia in Rebooted. Also, Cole and Vania, again, they have a lot of room to grow and see their relation evolve. The only bad thing is that they could be treated like Kai and Skylar in future seasons, and I don't want that. So yeah, Cole and Nia could have definitely worked. It had a very good start, and it made sense why Cole started having feelings for Nia. The problem is that they didn't have any romantic moment after that scene, because everything after the confession scene between Cole and Nia was very disappointing, because no romantic tension between the two happened after episode 28, which again, it's very disappointing. And yeah, the love triangle could have really worked, but it didn't. We just needed more Cole and Nia moments. Cole and Vania, I just love their relation in Master of the Mountain. If these two would end up together, I would have no problem. I think these two would work perfectly. I just love their relation in Master of the Mountain, because these two, what's interesting about their relation is that they are the opposite of each other, with Vania being way excited and Cole being more grounded, okay, and more serious. Yet they still bonded in this season, which is something that I really liked. They found ways to communicate and interact with each other, and I would love to see more of them in the future. So that's all I have to say here in this video. So which ship you think is the best, Cole and Nia or Cole and Vania? Let me know down in the comments. So if you guys like this video, then give it a like, and if you're not subscribed, then subscribe. It means a lot to me, and turn on the notifications. You'll be the first one to know when I upload a video. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm the one that love this cartoon, and you're the one that love it too.